Alright. So that I am live on the YouTube. What's up, everybody? Let me just make sure that everything is actually going as it should. No, okay. Sorry, this is my first time actually live streaming, so I'm not even sure that I am live. But that doesn't matter, because all the tutorials I've seen about being live Alright. Cool. Alright, so if everything is, I should be live right now. Let me just check on my phone as well, just to see if the live stream has popped up. Yeah, there you go. Let's have a look. And I swear I'll start shortly, but bear with me because this is my actual first live stream on YouTube or any other chat. There we go. I've got it. Cool. So welcome everyone. It is I, a big umami, streaming from a hotel room. So the connection might be actually a bit bad, but we'll try to power through it. And also, again, this is my first time actually streaming. This is my first time actually trying this setup, and hopefully everything is coming through to you. Let me just check my levels. Yeah, 1 2 check. There you go. Let's just try this. There you go. Okay, cool. So I didn't upload a video yesterday, so very hard. Memory serves me correctly, and I think is a side project with an antiquarian or something. I don't know, a friend of his, but it definitely sounds like some really interesting haunted stuff. Just listen to this. Cool. So what I thought is that this song desperately needs some kicks and some claps. Decided to give it a try and remix it. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, of course, the video will be copyright stricken, but I don't care. I don't know. I want to have fun, and I want you guys to have fun as well. So the first thing that we're gonna do is, let me just get rid of this MIDI tracks for now. Okay, so I've imported this track into an audio track, and I press command, and I scroll my wheel on my mouse, and the door just opened by itself. I have ghosts in this hotel room, which is pretty scary. Anyway, the very first loop is the one I'm interested in. So this is the very first kick, so I'm gonna set 111 here, and I'm gonna say warp from here. So that's it, and let me just set a 4-bar length. That's not correct, is it? Okay, because the loop. Okay, so let's try again. 4. Let's see what it comes up with. Sorry. That's pretty much sorry about that. That's pretty much perfect. So I'm just gonna set up war points. Sorry, not war points, warp points at the very start and at the very end, because I don't really want to mess with the internal kind of groove too much. If you set too many warp points, it's very robotic, and I don't like that. But this is nice and groovy, and I'll keep it that way. The one thing that I like to do on these kind of samples is use Complex Pro, which allows you to have a very sophisticated algorithm for warping. And now I can pretty much I mean, the song is, as you can see, is 108, and I'm working at 120 right now. So using the Pro should sound a bit better than using the Beats. Yeah. So let's do the Complex Pro. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, it's a very tiny difference, but I feel it. Also, this allows me to actually manipulate the pitch quite a bit, and without that much loss of quality. Let's just listen to it at -2. Well, I say that, but you know, you do lose some quality. But anyway. The one thing that I like to do though on this Complex Pro is to play with the formats, because when you down pitch it, sometimes you lose some brightness, some high frequencies. So yeah, you do, you know, get back some high frequencies with the formants all the way down, but it doesn't sound particularly good. Let's try with beats, and I just talk to some Zlander about beats, the beats algorithm, but it might, no, it sounds the same. Okay. Let's try to pitch it up. Cool. I'm gonna turn the tempo down a little bit to 115, which is one of my favorite BPMs. It's definitely much more chill and much smoother. Okay, so one thing that we definitely need to do, besides from checking the phone and see if there's anyone live. No, there's no one live. It doesn't matter. Let me just put it like this. Cool. So again, the thing that we need to do right now is to check if we can do something with the EQ. So I have one of my favorite EQs right here, and usually when remixing stuff like this, which is already quite full of, you know, low end, we need to carve out some low end, and that's what I'm going to do, because that will accommodate a new kick drum, and it will accommodate a new bass or whatever. So let's try it, shall we? Cool. I'm on the Potato stream. On the Potato internet right now, so I'm gonna turn on my mobile hotspot and see whether I can do this on my 4G. Sorry guys, as I said, I'm in a hotel, but we'll get this shit sorted. This is before and this is after. This is the SSQ solid state equalizer by Analog Obsession. Guys, don't do yourself a favor and go to the Analog Obsession Patreon webpage. The guy is absolutely insane. I think he's from Turkey, and he's got these. He's got like 40 or 50 plugins like this. I mean, you probably already know about this, but if you don't, go to his Patreon page and go check it out, because look at all this stuff. This is all stuff that he makes on his own, and he models all of this stuff after real life plugins, and as you can hear, I mean, this stuff is very good sounding and very precise. Anyway, cool. So the way I like to work on these kind of remixes, or in just music in general, especially like dance stuff, house stuff, is that I like to basically create a full loop, and then in order to work on the arrangement, I'll deconstruct off the full loop, and I'll take out parts, and then I'll basically spread the whole thing on an arrange window. But for now, what we're gonna do is create a MIDI track. We're gonna put some drums on this bad boy, and put drums, drum rack, and I'm gonna go into my frequently used sample folder, which is very full of delicious things, and I'm gonna look for lo-fi, which is my go-to lo-fi house samples, which is a mixture of stuff that I found on the internet, stuff from Splice and what have you. So I'm gonna fill a drum rack full of just kicks. Oh, I like this. And you can tell already, this stuff is pretty crispy. Oh, Jesus. Cool. So this is pretty mundane, boring stuff, but it's necessary stuff, because, as I like to say, electronic music is not about skills at all. It's all about taste. So this is what I'm gonna do. Sorry, I've got a few messages. Where is it? Jesus Christ. Anyway, cool. Cool, I like this. Cool, and I will command U, which is quantize. Okay, so it's now time to do one of my favorite tricks ever, and which is to go into the main sample. And exactly the reason why I didn't warp the whole thing. You see, it's not super precise. There's some grooves in there. So one thing that I like to do is to extract the groove or grooves from here. And what that will allow me to do is to apply that particular swing and groove, no matter what it is. It will apply it to other tracks as well. So as you can see here, I've got a few kicks that are not strictly on 8 or 4, they're on 16th. So it's only logical that if I choose a groove and apply it here, it should follow this track. The kick drum track should follow the natural swing of the original sample. Just a second, please. So I'm 32 years old and my mum still calls to check if I'm alive, apparently. So that's how it is. Let me check if everything is alright here. There you go. Oh, 2 viewers. Thank you guys. My current bitrate is pretty shit, but hey, we'll struggle through it. Anyway, back to it. One thing that I like to do straight away is to use some dynamics as well. Sorry, let me just repeat that. One thing that I like to do straight away is to use a sidechain, which is, yeah, it is dynamics, but it is very specific, the thing that I'm trying to do. So the one thing that I'm trying to do is I'm going to put the glue compressor on the original sample, and I'm going to open up the sidechain, and I'm going to use drum rack 2, which is, I should rename it now. Cool, and I'm definitely distorting on the main channel, so I'm gonna turn the faders down a little bit. And also, and this is something that I like to do on every track, although again you really should mind your levels on the individual tracks and not on the master, but hey, nobody's perfect, or nobody's perfect. So I go into plugins and I press on waves, and I just go on the one ultra maximizer, and I just lap a little summon on the master, just a couple of dBs, and just enough room for me not to turn the master into a red mess, which in turn will destroy the audio on the stream as well. Yeah, this is particularly important on streams. It's a bit less important when you're working on your own, but anyway. Very cool. So I'm gonna create another MIDI track, and I'm gonna use the drum rack. And the way that I like to work is that I have the kick on a separate track, but then everything else is on another drum track. I don't like to keep everything separate. I mean, hi-hats and snares, I like to, work on them at the same time. But the kick, especially in this genre, is particularly important, so I'll keep it separate. Okay. Drum rack. Go back to FUS, which is frequently used samples. Then I'll go into, lo-fi again. I'll have a look around at all these. Ooh. I'm gonna have to put this on a separate track as well. Okay. Let me just try and put this groove on top of this. I mean, let me just force this clip to be at the same swing that the original sample is. It already sounds a bit more musical and wonky. But to be honest, I prefer it just straight. Not that it, you know, this is particularly straight either. In fact, if I select all with Apple A and then Apple U, now it is as straight can be, but we don't like that, do we? We need to take off some obnoxious high end, and I'm going to use this plugin again because I've been feeling it lately. Cool. And one thing that I'm going to do is that this is kind of a A-side, B-side sort of thing. So on the, I would like some sort of more, you know, louder part basically. So I'm gonna double the kicks, and I'm gonna use this very violent this one. I'm gonna try and use and see what it sounds like. Only that with this, I'm just gonna keep it straight and see what happens. I mean, let's just try it. I mean, you guys are walking along with me, and I don't know what I'm doing, so hopefully it will turn out okay. Otherwise, it's gonna be a shit show. Hey, it sounds good. It sounds good. Cool. Right. We still haven't put anything in this drum rack, so we will. FUS, and we'll go into slow-fi again and see what's in here. I mean, I don't really need another sound like that, but I'll put it in anyway. Alright. Why not? What is this? I like it. I like it very much. Oh, yes. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's gonna be hopefully great. Alright, claps. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. What about some snares? It doesn't seem like... Ah, okay, there you go. I do have snares. What am I talking about? This is all really weird shit that I'm doing. But I don't care. I'm just having a little fun. I'm just having a little fun. I mean, you can't go wrong with the count, can you? So I'm gonna put it in there. kind of still feel that I need some more open hi-hats. Whoa, yeah, that's it. Alright, so one thing that I like to do on these is use... Where do I have it? Oh, and by the way, I don't have any keyboard. I'm just using the computer keyboard. So yeah, it's truly a shit show tonight. We need to turn this down, boys. There you go. How about I turn the transpose down on this? Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Let me just see if the groove. I'm gonna do that later. Cool. This is such a nice clap. The fact that it has an LFO on it, I don't know if it makes the transient feel even more like transient-y, if that makes sense. But it just feels really, sounds really powerful, and I think it, you know, gels well with the rest of the mood. We need to make this track. Well, let me just start from scratch, because if you, the release is a bit too. There we go. So the threshold should be a bit lower, and the release should be faster. So that's what I did. I cut a bit too much now. Cool, let me just do some sound design on this. I might need something a bit more violent like this. Let me just try it. Cool. Yeah, we need some more character, some more color. Well, first of all, let me just duplicate this, and also let me just check if cool, my fucking stream is dying. Is that okay? Am I online? I am probably not. Am I? Right. Anyway, I'll try and power through it again. I'll finish this and probably gonna upload it as a recording later on. I'm truly sorry if I wasted your time, but again, I'm from a hotel room right now. I'm in a hotel room, and as long as I don't have a dedicated room in a new house, possibly with good internet, this is probably the shit that is gonna happen. But I try. You can't say that I'm not trying. Ooh. Cool. What else do we have here? Ooh. This sound is perfect for this. It just fits in quite nicely. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna overdub it. And I'm gonna do it again because that was trash. It as well a little bit. Let's try it like this. That was the wrong move. I should have gone a bit early instead of a bit late. Let me just try that. A bit too early. Oh. Okay, one thing that we need to do is put one of my favorite plugins on this percussive thing. What time is it? Jesus, it's a bit late. I got work tomorrow morning, but I don't care. I don't care because I'm having fun. So, Abbey Road vinyl. I'm sure you guys know it or know of it. I like these setups. and I like it nice and dirty. So here's the difference, yeah? And we should probably put the same compressor that we have here on this track, at least, I mean, with less drastic effect, obviously, but yeah, this sounds okay. Let's try and listen to it now. This keeps sounding so shitty. Why is that? Who would have thought that remaking it by hand would actually solve the problem? Because I'm usually so bad at that. Okay, the one thing I'm sorry about this cough. The one thing problematic about the Abbey Road stuff is that, yeah, if you don't put a gate on it, it's just gonna ruin your life forever. Cool. I can live with that. Oh, okay. One thing that I would like to add on here is another closed hat before going to the bass, and then I have we got our first question. Love your videos, bro. Do you still mess with the SP404 MK2, or is Ableton your main weapon? No, I still mess with everything. Actually, I've been meaning to go back to the Volca sample for a long while now, because I really miss the way you can. I mean, it's incredible. I don't know what it is about it, but it's incredibly easy to just make patterns and make interesting patterns, especially now with the step sequencing automation thing, which is fantastic. I'll talk about it in probably next 2 weeks in a video. The thing about the SP404 and K2 is that or in general the SP404, it's very good for even now, even after all the updates that they made. It's still very much good for a few genres, and that's it. I mean, if you're trying to make this kind of like housey sort of dancey thing, even with the a TRX step sequencer, I don't know, it's a bit cumbersome. The whole like making a pattern is a bit slow. I'm making a video on Ableton because, first of all, I love Ableton, and I'm planning to do so much more on Ableton in the next few months, because it is my main weapon actually. The whole thing about hardware is that it's great for YouTube and it's great for the camera, but when you're producing stuff, there's nothing faster, honestly, than Ableton. But neither here or nor there. I hope I answered your question. I never stop making videos on the SP404. There's always going to be something about it. But in the future, I would like to use it as a companion piece for something else. Just like, you know, Ricky Tinez does. Ricky Tinez, shout out to him, is like one of my absolute heroes on YouTube. Is an inspiration for me. He rarely uses just one groove box. He uses a combination of things, and that's exactly what I want to do. I'm definitely going to do a video like the 404 and the Voca sample together, the whole workflow. Maybe a 404 and K2 plus the PO33, and maybe, I don't know, something else. Anyway, back to this. Okay, this track really needs badly a compressor, and I'm gonna go into plugins, and I'm gonna go into Analog Obsession. I'm gonna use this one, which is absolutely massive. Also, I am gonna run this through the same plugins that I used here, minus the compressor with the sidechain. I just like, I'm gonna turn the phase distortion down quite a bit, because otherwise it's gonna be just bad. And also I'm gonna turn the depth up a little bit, because I like when the tape wobbles, not only on keys and synths but also on drums. I quite like it. Listen to this. I love that. Anyway, let's listen to it now. And it's tighter already. Okay, so let's put some reverb on this. Cool. I would like to put a waves plate. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, have you noticed how the whole thing changed when I put a reverb on? If your track doesn't sound too good and you're feeling something weird going on, like it's not enough, it's just not grooving, just slap a reverb on a return channel and send a few things through it, and I promise you it will make a ton of difference. I know it seems like a very basic a piece of advice, but I mean, listen to the difference. Can you feel the energy? It's completely different. This is before. I mean, do I need to say more? Delay as well. I would like to replace this with a really nice delay that it's free actually, it's a free delay, and it is called 6 sample or something. Yes, yeah, I love this, guys. This is so good, and it's free, and it's insane that it's free. I don't know how. I mean, just listen to this. This is insane. Cool. So, I think that all I need to do. All I want to do after this is I don't think. Sorry. Oh, Niles. I've been thinking about getting a Volca. The ambient music realm has really been growing on me since I got my. Listen, dude. I mean, I know I love the Volca, but I think that Volca with ambient is actually a pretty nice. It's a pretty nice combo. I don't know. I don't know if you're familiar with my Will It series, which is that series in which I take one genre and one groove box, and I see how good that particular groove box for that particular genre. And I've been thinking about doing a Volca sample for ambient for a long time, as well as a SP404 for ambient for a long time. The one good thing about the Volca sample is that, well, first of all, it's got that tiny little reverb thing, the springy reverb, which is insane. It sounds cheap, but it sounds great. Also, it's got the ability to loop your samples, and I found some single cycle files, if that makes sense, which is basically what you put into a wave table in order to make a synth out of whatever wave you want. And that's very interesting, because you put one of those, is first of all, they're like 1 kilobyte, so you can put whatever you want, however many samples you want into your Volca sample. But then basically you can loop that ad infinitum, basically slap a reverb on it, and you just, create different automations as well. Maybe use a very slow tempo if you want to go like proper ambient. So that was my thinking on it. And the SP404 as well. I mean, all those effects, it's fantastic, absolutely. I know this guy who's called, what is he called? He used to use like 2 SP404 SX in his live sets, and it was all like kind of live looping. But since it was ambient, it didn't need to be in sync, if that makes sense. And he just used his voice. Further set. Let me just write it on a piece of editor, so that you can go and check him out. He's an Italian guy. He's a friend of a friend. This guy's fucking legit, man. So hopefully you'll give his music a spin. Yeah, I used to use 2 SP446 back in probably like 10 years ago. I don't know what he does now, but yeah, pretty impressive. Cool. All right, let me see if everything is all right here. It's still pretty shit. It's still pretty shitty internet, but that's okay. Good thing that we almost done. Native instruments. I always use this for bass. I don't know why. I just love it. I go into, what is it? Contact. What was this shit? Sorry. Oh, it's always Tracklib. Every time. Thank you, Tracklib. I don't have enough money to spend right now. I would love to, but I don't. Okay, so retro machines, that's my jam. And I always choose this. Where is it? Let me just go for, where is it? Bass and sub bass. Yeah, this series here, sub bass 1 through 6. I just really like the way they sound, and I mean, pretty fucking fat. Let's see what we've got. One trick that is particularly useful with finding, bass notes that are in key with the sample of choice is that I always go a few octaves above, and I just play it as kind of a lead sound, just to figure out which notes are in the scale. See? Cool. So, and what I usually do is I record it as it is, and then I'll drop the pitch down an octave or two. Of course, that entails me not fucking up, but there you go. So just this sounds really weird as it is, but trust me. Okay, it's a bit too busy right now, so I'm gonna deactivate these notes. Yeah, That's much more like it. And I would like some variation on this. Too loud. Let's turn it down just as much. And let's double this. Oh, sorry, I meant duplicate. Dude, I would like this to go like do 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 do. And I want it to glide as well, so I'm gonna let me just check if this is in key. Yeah, it wasn't in key, so that's much better. Let's extend this to the very beginning. So basically now what we want to do is to duplicate this and duplicate this as well. And I know this looks crazy, but I promise it will make sense in a second. So on this particular channel you will have a audio effect filter, auto filter, and you put a high pass. So this has been my stream. Thank you very much. My very first stream. Thank you very much to everybody who's participated. Thank you very much to Niles, who gave me some questions to answer. It was I felt real big, real big. Thank you, Niles, and see you next time. Good night, Chris Massballs. Chris Massballs. You're the man.